how did you went and got your MBA, you traveled, you went to these different countries and just felt at home. What was that inside of you? Who was there somebody that was a mentor to you? Was there somebody inspiring you along the way as a young child? Was it just the curiosity you got from your parents who were intellectuals?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of different answers, lots of yeses, lots of maybes, and I've thought a lot about this. I mean, my parents taught me to be curious and to be never satisfied with just this answer, always go and look for that answer as well. So I think that was crucial. And although I've described them as, slightly scaredy people, then perhaps their curiosity and intellectual rigor did create some sort of framework for courage. So I definitely got that from them, and I got it from the experience of being in different places. But what I did discover is that having learnt about politics the hard way, having joined one organization where I was brought in by the number 2 in the global organization, but he then got thrown out and I got really pretty badly treated by the number 1 and the new number 3s. Having learnt about things that hard way, I got stuck into them, not in the sense of playing politics. I don't do that, and I stopped my corporate career relatively early on, before I was 40. But what I did do was try to understand the motivations behind the different ways people were playing each other in the workplace. That interesting slip. I said playing each other, I meant playing with each other, but then of course there is also the aspect of playing each other. So I guess that's one of the results of the kind of mentoring or lack of mentoring that I had early on. But since I've been independent, which is now the case for almost 20 years, I've had endless unofficial mentors, not least because I simply can't stop myself from being curious about things and people. So I ask questions wherever I go and end up being offered advice. Sometimes it's long-term over a sustained period. Sometimes it's just one, magic conversation that changes everything. So I'm very much of the opinion that we've all got extraordinary depth and insight to offer each other. And often all it takes is for the other person to ask the question that unlocks whatever it is that might be shared. I think it's interesting how much fear can be induced by words like mentorship or networking or all those kinds of things that we tend to put into the bucket of this is really important and it's rather heavy and difficult. And in fact, I think my most favorite management or leadership theory is quite simply that businesses or organizations are simply groups of people making products or services for people which get sold to people for the good of people. And that's really it. We're just human beings doing this together. And so the more we can humanize and de-escalate the scariness of some of the things we're supposed to do in our career, and turn them into interactions between 2 or several human beings, the easier life becomes.